It's one of the deadliest flood disasters in Texas history. At least 82 people are confirmed dead after catastrophic floods swept through the Texas Hill Country. The majority of the victims were at Camp Mystic, a Christian summer camp along the river in Kerr County. Several others, including 11 girls and a camp counselor, are still missing. Authorities say the exact number of missing is still unknown. One of the largest search and rescue operations in recent state history is now underway. But officials are facing intense scrutiny. Why weren't youth camps like Camp Mystic warned or evacuated in time? Kerr County Judge Rob Kelly admitted during a press conference, "We do not have a warning system. I can't answer why the camps weren't evacuated." He said no one saw this kind of flood coming. Kerrville City Manager Dalton Rice addressed reports suggesting some residents received no emergency warnings ahead of Friday's deadly flash floods in central Texas, stating that the city will investigate the claims. Reporters also asked Rice why camps were not preemptively evacuated after the Texas Division of Emergency Management, TDEM, issued warnings on July 2nd and 3rd. Listen in.
We talked to several people in this community who say they got no emergency alerts whatsoever. Governor Abbott, in his press release, just placed the responsibility onto local agencies. So I know you're focusing on victims right now, but yes or no, did local agencies send out any emergency alerts, flares, sirens of any kind?
No, I know you guys keep asking this question. We appreciate it. We think it's important. We don't want to speculate. At this time, we know there's a lot of speculation and question around it. Again, there's going to be a full review, of this, so we can make sure that we focus on future preparedness. We want to continue to focus on families at this time.
But the National Weather Service tells a different story. It issued a rare flash flood emergency in the early hours of Friday, alongside multiple flood alerts. The city of Kerrville, on its official Facebook page, even warned campers to move to higher ground immediately. However, at Camp Mystic, campers were not allowed to carry phones, smartwatches, or any Wi-Fi-enabled devices. The camp's policy strictly prohibited all electronics, leaving many children unaware of the growing danger. The day before catastrophic floods in Texas, 78-year-old retired dentist Macon Ware said he was hoping for rain to help the grass around his Hunt, Texas house grow. Ware's 5 granddaughters had just finished a summer camping session at Camp Mystic, the all-girls camp where dozens of campers were swept away in the flood.
A week ago at Camp Mystic, I had 5 granddaughters in Camp Mystic, and they finished their first session and they're home now. But some of their friends were there for the second session, and my heart goes out to all those little girls.
Republican Congressman Chip Roy, who represents Kerr County, said, "There's going to be a lot of finger-pointing, and I understand that." He acknowledged growing questions about preparedness and accountability.
Yesterday I was on the phone with the president, with the secretary. I expect we'll have some additional visitors today. I'll let other people talk about that, but I couldn't even get the conversation out with the secretary, trying to explain to her what we were dealing with. That doesn't happen often for me, but it took me a while to collect myself to even be able to tell her what we were looking at. And they've been fantastic, made available immediately at the request. I talked to them about the need for help with the Army Corps.
Officials are now urging families to report missing persons. A hotline has been set up at 830-258-1111. This tragedy adds to the ongoing flood crisis in Texas, where disaster declarations and emergency rescues continue. Communities are mourning, and the questions remain. Could these deaths have been prevented? Stay with the Indian Express for updates on this developing story. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for real-time alerts.